But how do you know what is you and then what is yours? How do you make that difference?
You definitely know you gathered this body, right?
Well, you're telling me, so I'm taking
Not
that
because
on board.
I'm telling you. When you were born, you were not of this size, weren't you?
Yes, but I still had a body.
A little one.
Yes.
You slowly accumulated this much.
Right.
So obviously you accumulated this body.
But the body was still mine when I was born, even though it was a
Even
smaller
now it's
size.
yours, I'm not disputing that.
Well, okay.
All I'm saying is, when you say this is my body, you're obviously saying it belongs to you.
Yes.
It is yours. It is something that you gathered slowly. So is your mind, isn't it? What you gather, can it be you?
So then what are you left with?
That's not yet come into your experience.
How will I get that experience if I don't even know what it is I'm striving for or at least seeking?
That is why I said, do not strive for something that you do not know. I said, let's not talk about enlightenment. Let's talk about the bondages that we live in. Let's talk about the limitations that we live in and how to break that. If you want to become free, don't think about freedom. Look at the ropes that bind you. If you cut the ropes, then there is freedom. If you think about freedom, you will become hallucinatory. So there is so much talk about things that are not in people's experience. There is too much talk. It is because of this, a large part of religion has become purely hallucinatory, because they're constantly talking about something which is not yet in people's experience.
For the young generation who is so attached to this world, I'm speaking for myself as well. We're attached, we love this amazing world, we're full of ideas and we think we're bursting with life. Why would we want to choose the spiritual path? What do we have to gain from it?
If you live on the surface and you say, I love the world, don't you want to look a little deeper into the process of life?
What would you say was the biggest obstacle for the present generation?
Like any other generation, themselves.
Do you think the human race is quite self-obsessed and we have forgotten that plants and animals and insects have soul, and maybe that's why we're in the environmental disaster we're in now?
A tiger is self-obsessed, an insect is self-obsessed, a tree is self-obsessed, so is a human being. Only difference is, it is possible for a human being not to be self-obsessed, and that's the beautiful thing about him. If he does not exercise that distinction, then he is just like any other creature.
And what can we do, what are you doing to actually make people exercise that?
My whole work is just to bring the mystical, what is normally considered as mystical, into common experience of people. Or I can say, the nature of my work is to take the drama out of spirituality.